Hey guys, this is Chris and welcome to another episode of Ranger Force Roundup. For this episode, I wanted to interview another one of my friends who I have collaborated with in the past. Her name is Jinri Park and we did a little Power Rangers Korean novella sort of comedy skit a while back. I just wanted to bring her back here in this man cave so that we could, just hang out and ask her some questions that I'm sure that you guys would really want to know the answers to. Without further ado, here's my interview with Jinri Park. Hey Jinri, so welcome to the show. If you would be so kind to introduce yourself to my Ranger followers.
Hi everyone, I'm Jinri Park and I am a model, actress, sort of a geek, sort of a cosplayer, all around girl.
My first question that I always ask my guests is, were you a Power Rangers fan growing up?
First of all, I was really young when the Power Rangers was showing on TV. I think I was around 4 to 6 years old. So I don't remember a lot, but I know I watched it with my sister because my sister was a huge fan.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if I was a fan or not because I was too young. I can't really judge.
So it was just like in the background growing up.
Yeah.
The Power Rangers, it's on TV.
Yeah, and I would just watch it with my sister, but there's not a lot of memories about it.
I wanted to ask also, prior to doing our collab together, we haven't met at all.
Yeah.
So what was your initial reaction when you got this message from the stranger saying, hey, would you want to do a Power Rangers / Korean novella collab?
First of all, I was like, who is this guy? I don't know you. That's like my initial reaction for most strangers. I'm like, I have a wall.
Oh, okay.
But of course, like we have a common friend.
Yes.
Right? So he was the one who introduced us. So he was telling me like, oh, this guy's cool. He used to be my bandmate, etc.
Yeah, this person is Ted Mark from Sponge Cola.
Sponge Cola.
Plug.
Like mostly YouTubers are like about makeup. The ones I've seen at least, right? Makeup or like food vlogs or daily life. So it was something new. Like I think I agreed to it because it was sort of geeky, and that's also like a side of me that I enjoy, portraying and doing and being.
So you've been known to cosplay some iconic characters for your photo shoots, like Chun-Li, Psylocke. How did you get into the modeling these superheroes?
So I think it was like 6 years ago when I first met Jay Tablante, and he was the one who introduced me to the world of geeks. Before then, I wasn't very familiar. I mean, I liked X-Men and here and there, but I wasn't super into it. And he asked a friend, just like you, if he can shoot with me.
All right.
And so I shot with him, and then he said, you know what, you would be perfect as Psylocke. And we got actually featured on Marvel.com for that shoot.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
This was like 6 years ago?
Yeah, 6 years ago. Yeah, after that we did Jamie Robinson, Chun-Li. It's always fun to portray because it's also kind of like acting.
Yeah. Recently, you've also had the opportunity to be cast in one of the Philippines' highly watched TV shows, Cantada.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. So how did you get that gig? And how did you make that character your own?
The show has been running for a year before that. So I was a new addition to the whole series. I was really shocked at first when my manager texted me like, oh, you're gonna be part of Encantada. I was like, whoa, that came out of nowhere, and never done anything like a fantasy show ever. So at first I was like, are you sure like this is a fitting role for me? Maybe we should decline. I told her that initially. But she was like, it's a big show. You should give it a shot. So I was like, okay, fine, why not? After like maybe 1 or 2 scenes, maybe, I don't know, they'll kill me off. I don't know what's gonna happen, right? So I played Huvila. She's a warrior princess. It's a good thing that I had the BJJ background, like Jiu Jitsu background, because there was a lot of fight scenes. I had to fight a lot of the boys from the cast, and doing those scenes, I realized that it's actually fun, and it's something that I didn't know about myself. I didn't know that I enjoyed doing action. I enjoyed doing fight scenes.
Cool.
So it was like a learning experience for me.
Speaking of BJJ or Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, I heard that this was something you really geek out over. So how did you get into Brazilian Jiu Jitsu?
I used to do fight form, which is like sort of like circuit training. So
Okay.
it's like different MMA moves that you do in each station. And the owner of the gym, Erwin, he suggested, why don't you try jiu-jitsu, because we have it in our gym and we'll give you a gi, which is the kimono you
Yeah.
wear. So I tried it out, and then ever since I got hooked. So I didn't stop training. I like jiu-jitsu because there's always something new.
Okay.
It's not like running, where you just do the same thing, right? Whereas jiu-jitsu, it's endless.
Okay.
You can never know everything. Even if you're a black belt, if you're a red belt, you still have a lot to learn. I guess for a lot of people, geeking out is more of like the pop culture, right?
Yeah.
But for me, it's really jiu-jitsu. Like, that's all I look at in the internet. I go to YouTube to look at techniques or competition from my idols in BJJ. When I went to Singapore, I met my BJJ idol, who's Michelle Nicolini.
Okay.
She's an 8-time world champion in Jiu-Jitsu. And the moment I saw her, I cried. Because I was like, oh my god, you're my idol. I can't believe you're right there. And it's like, I'm sure like other people, when they meet their idols, like, I don't know, Brad Pitt or, you know,
Yeah.
Selena, or whoever their idols are, they of course get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
That was the feeling for me as well.
So Jinri, I also always ask this with my guests. If you were to star in a superhero film, what film would it be and who would you portray?
Ever since I got into the whole cosplaying and geek industry, I would say, I've always wanted to play Psylocke, because that's one character that brought me into this whole industry, got me interested. I mean, it's a character that is very close to my heart. So I would love to play Psylocke in X-Men, but I know it's already been portrayed.
Yeah.
But maybe I could play like the Japanese version or the Asian version of it.
So, last question. Aside from the entertainment industry that you're thriving in right now, you're also very business-minded. You recently launched an app called Wagtails. So, how did that come about?
Initially, I thought of Tinder for dogs. As I got to know the industry more, I learned a lot about, you know, dogs and how they've been treated in puppy mills. And I got to research about it more, learn about it more, and that's when I expanded the idea. It wasn't just about finding the right match for your dog. I wanted to make an app to take care of the well-being of an animal, altogether, all around. I wanted to make dogs' lives happier. And I think a lot of the owners, they don't really think about dogs' lives. Like, they don't, it's more of
More
yourself.
like pet lang.
Yeah.
A little pet, yeah.
Yeah, it's for me. Like, you're my pet. You're there for me. But I wanted to concentrate on the dogs, so that's why I expanded it to adopting. We have a shop also where you can buy everything you need for your dog. There's also directories where you can find the nearest vets, the nearest groomers, shops around your area with a GPS system. So we also have the Tinder, but it's not really Tinder. It's like finding a playmate. It's a passion project of mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Jinri, for coming to my man cave and sharing all these great stories.
So please follow me on my social media, which is at Jinri, JINRI_88 on Instagram, on Twitter, and you can search for my page on Facebook. Just type Jinri Park.
Alright, so thanks guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hope you guys enjoyed this interview. I personally learned a lot from Jinri today, and it was actually really amazing. So there, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys next week, and this was my Ranger Force Roundup. Bye-bye.